Hey, appreciate you, brother.
Oh yeah, man. We here, man. We here
What
now.
what is happening?
Oh man, 1 second.
And thank you for joining as well, Farai. Thank you for joining with Rachel. Rachel, shout out to you.
Oh, Far Rise in
Hey,
here, Rachel in here. What's up, y'all? I'm feeling amazing. I'm feeling in purpose, in tuned,
yes,
elevated.
sir.
How you feeling, family?
Oh, I'm feeling wonderful. You know me.
Yeah, man.
I'm doubled up with the one.
Ooh, you just opening portals. Jerome over there opening portals. You gotta stop
you
it. Nah,
hey
you
man,
gotta keep going.
you trying to hear the latest?
Mm-hmm.
All
Mm-hmm.
right, hear the latest little spin on my walk today on my nature walk. I caught this one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's powerful. That's
Bro, I was
powerful.
Spirit had to give me that, man. I was like, okay.
You a walking vibe. You be walking and playing at the same time.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
man.
man.
It's cultivate the breath work, constant breath work.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was gonna say. That breath is strong then. That's good, man. Keep
Yeah.
that up, bro. We need that. That live. How you pronounce it one more time?
The live what?
The she. What's it called?
Oh, shakuhachi. Shakuhachi.
Shakuhachi. The live.
Yeah,
We all need a live shakuhachi
I'll
every
spell it
now
for
and
you.
then.
I'll spell it. Shakuhachi.
And it's Japanese, right?
Yeah, Japanese bamboo flute.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm. That's powerful, man. That's powerful. Thank you for having me on, though, man.
Hey man, thank you for joining, brother. It's always a pleasure. We with the Vibe Tribe.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Your vibe attracts your tribe, brother.
Yeah, man. And right now, everybody, it's like I feel like we all like the Power Rangers. Like we didn't linked up. Like everybody got their certain color. They got their ring. Remember the old Power Rangers? They had the like.
Mighty Morphin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like we mighty morphed. Like we morphing. Man, it feels good, man. Yes.
Thought I said keep on beaming.
Yeah, man, that's what everybody doing. We are beaming though. We
Yeah,
light like straight up light reflectors.
yeah,
Literally just issuing in this new age of, well, it's ancient, but this light, unconditional love and light, this
hmm
awareness, consciousness, like we was talking about earlier,
yeah,
um, the expansion.
yes,
The
yeah,
expansion, yes. So I don't know if I mean we've all have a lot of time of our hands now, you know what I mean? And so my day to day has been kind of similar every day, but I've noticed of a lot more space, you know what I mean? Like a lot more space in between my thoughts.
hmm
Just a lot more space to breathe. I'm feeling like I'm like a weight is lifted off, you know what I mean? And just thinking about, I consciously know we're expanding, we're ascending, but the expansion is so real, and how when it's internal, it's external. You feel
yeah,
me? Like, just look at the world. Like, if you go outside, like any day now, it just looks like there's like it is expanding. It's like you can
yeah,
feel it. It's like an energetic thing. It's like
hmm
not really. It's you can see it, but you can more so feel it. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah. And when you feel, you heal. You know.
Yeah. Bars. You dropping bars. I didn't know we was freestyling.
Hey, I got a couple hashtags for you, brother.
Yeah.
So hashtag breathe with me,
Okay.
hashtag be with chi.
Oh, be with Chi.
So
Oh,
breathe with me and be with Chi.
that's gonna have to be on the shirt. I can see that on the long sleeve shirt too.
Yeah, yeah, and the hoodie.
And the hoodie. We definitely got to get a Trap Chi hoodie. That's
Oh, thank
that's
you, Miss
essential.
Rachel. Miss Rachel said, y'all are
Yeah.
awesome. Keep shining bright. This is the shift. Yes. So proud of you. Awesome. I appreciate
Yes, this is the shift, the great awakening, man. We here, man. We here, man.
it. Yeah. The Great Awakening.
It's almost mind blowing. It's like the greatest. It's like living the greatest story. You know what I mean? It's like living the greatest movie. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. You're the hero in your own movie, brother.
Right. It's so wild. But yeah, man. Just tapping back in with the expansion.
Mm-hmm.
Um.
Expansion. Yeah. You said today in the Chap Chi class, you were like, every time we expand, we make more space. We're creating more space.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
I love the way you said that because it really hit me when you talked about making more space when we expand. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what got me? So, like I was saying, um, the past few weeks or as we've been doing this like self quarantine thing or whatever, I've been experiencing expansion. But I was listening to someone speak and they was saying they were making the analogy of our ascension being like ice and water
Mm,
and steam. So it's like ice is dense. You know what I mean? There's
right.
not a lot of space between the molecules. You feel me? They're more condensed. They're
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
Then you get to water, and
Right.
water's a bit more space in between the molecules. You expand a little bit. You know what I mean? It's more flowy. You know,
Yeah.
it's more space.
Hmm.
And then what's after water? You get the steam, and the
Yeah.
steam is even more space in between the particles. So you're now just like chi fluid. And
Yes.
then when they made this analogy to me, it just really it just like unlocked a lot. I just felt it like turning things in my brain, and I was like, oh, our ascension is like that, because they made the point that you are creating more space internally and externally, but ice and water and steam is all still comprised of the same elements. You know what
Right.
I mean? So it's like you're still you, just in a different frequency, different
Yeah.
vibration. You're more expanded. You're more uh 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 in unison or in unity with
Yeah.
everything. You know what I mean?
Unity consciousness, brother. Yes. Yes. So same family, different frequency.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Same
Different frequency.
family.
Same essence, I should say. Same essence. It's the same essence, different frequency. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that really hit me, and then I just really got in like observation mode for like the following days after that, and just really observing uh how long I've been in the present moment. Like, I like to kind of watch and see how long I can be in the present moment, and how, long I'll get like distracted and in my head and in the future and the past. And, as I felt this expansion, I've greatly increased the amount of time I can stay present. And I
Yeah.
feel like everybody's going through that. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And it's, it's monumental,
Yeah.
actually.
And that's why I seen you were also putting emphasis on meditation. You
Hmm.
were like, I know, of course, painting, skateboarding, like all these other things, they can be a form of meditation, but actually sit down, just be with yourself,
Yeah.
meditate. And I read something or I heard something somewhere that said, when you think a thought, all of the cells in your body are listening. Like
Hmm.
every cell in your entire body is listening whenever you think something, whether it be a positive thought or a negative thought. They're all listening.
Hmm.
And so when you slow the breath down and you slow it down to that, slow down to the speed of wisdom, just really hone into the present moment. All your cells are at full attention. You know,
Right.
that was in that space. You can program them. You know,
Right.
you can make them do what you want them to do if you wanted, but in that solitude, in that silent space. Yeah.
Yes. No, no, no. That's it's very important and it's very pivotal because like there's a lot of light codes and a lot of energy that's influencing us at this time period. You know what I mean? And so it's like I was really putting a lot of emphasis on the actual meditation. It's like, because just like how you just said, when you're in that space you can influence the cells, you can influence uh uh whatever your intention is, you can basically put it into motion.
Yeah.
You know, it's like direct source. It's like typing in an order. You're like Neo off the Matrix
Yeah.
calling in. You like, bro, I need karate, bro. You do,
Yeah.
do, 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 do. They download it, and then he like, I got some karate. You know, that's
Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
calling in. You know, you're literally tapping in and you're placing a like you're programming. You
Mhm.
know, and I just know, you know, the reason I said that is because I'm big on, you know, I'm big on meditation. And a lot of people ask me a lot about meditation and they
Yeah.
do say that. They're like, well, you know, I paint and I like play guitar and did it. And I'm like, that's cool because I have things like that. Like I massage, I do trap chi. That's like a meditation too. But we can't neglect the sitting down. We cannot, like, that's like, if you want big arms, do a push-up. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's like we got to do those mental push-ups because it'll only serve us in our ascension, especially in the now. Because it's like, just like, it's kind of like this. You know how we got these smartphones, right?
Yeah.
And we got all the information at our fingertips.
Yeah.
And you can choose if you want to use this device to educate yourself, to learn as much as you can, or you can just be entertained the
Right.
whole time.
Right.
It's the same thing with meditation. Right now, we have so much, um, uh, uh I don't even want to say enhancements because it's what we are already. We have so many light codes that are ready to be activated
Mm.
in our body at this moment, and it's all our choice if we just want to tap in and say, hey, you don't even have to do nothing when you meditate. And I'm not talking about meditating trying to astral project and like do all this crazy stuff that you think and you get expectations. I'm talking about sit down, close your eyes and just observe,
Yeah.
and nature will take its course. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Yeah.
so it's like, it's the same thing. We just got to tap in. It's like we got the iPhone. Do some research and learn something new every week. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with the meditation,
Yeah.
especially now as we're expanding.
I do believe that focus, attention, clarity, like these are really strong, like valuable commodities right now when everything is vying for our attention. And it always was. I mean, like as long as we've had these smart devices,
Right.
we've had, like you said, the choice to grow smarter or to dumb ourselves down. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And so we have all of this technology at our disposal, but it's free will. Now you do
Yeah.
have freedom. We have the freedom to choose, but it's like what will you do? What will you do with that freedom that you have? So when you talk about, just sitting down, allowing nature's surgery to take hold, allowing nature to do its work on you, which
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't even involve us. We don't need to do anything. It happens automatically when we just, are centered in ourselves. And like, there's different strokes for different folks. Some people like meditating with a visualization, and some people like meditating in, in different positions and different scenarios. But you're saying, just being practical, like just make it easy. Just sit,
Right.
just sit down,
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like,
sit down and
don't
meditate.
make it difficult, like, cause it can be a lot to handle, you know. Cause I remember too when I first started meditating. I remember my first meditation.
Yeah.
Like, I read a book and it was like, close your eyes and see how many, and just observe your thoughts. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna check it out. And so I did that. It was like a hurricane up in there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, what is? I'm like, there ain't no way I can do this. And it's like step by step. It's like I was saying in class today, brick by brick. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just
I love that.
observe.
Will Smith taught me that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where I got it from, brick by brick. I think
Brick by
because
brick.
I know.
Laid this brick perfectly, man. And I love that analogy too, just now about the hurricane,
Yeah.
because even in the midst of chaos, it's always calm in the eye of the storm. You know what I mean?
Yes.
In the
Yes.
center, when you're centered,
When you
every
balance.
everything can be blowing away around you. Things can, houses getting torn up, uprooted, like trees just blowing off, the
Mm-hmm.
hurricane is all around you, but when you're in the eye of the storm, everything is still,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, there's so many things that we can learn from nature. Yeah.
Right. I went to a meditation course a couple years ago, 10-day meditation course called Vipassana.
Oh, yeah,
And
that's, ooh. Okay, talk
yeah,
about it. Yeah.
yeah, okay. So they were big. I don't want to do any spoilers if anybody's planning on going to a Vipassana or whatever, but I'll just keep it basic. Um, a lot of their teachings were pretty big on observing the internal nature.
Mhm.
It's like they basically put you in a situation to where you're just meditating a lot every day for 10 days, and you get opportunities to be in regular nature outside, but really they're pushing observe your internal nature. And it's, I want to say it's crazy, but it's not crazy. It's just insane when you start to spend that much time
Mhm.
inside of yourself. You really get a deeper understanding of everything inside of you is computing and spitting out and making your reality. Like it just deepens your understanding of that, because literally this whole outside, everything that we're seeing right now is like a product of our insides, you know
Right.
what I mean? And so that analyzation, that observation of the insides allow you to, which it goes back to what you say, you start to get to a point to where you can program,
Mhm.
like, okay, I see this thought over there in my body. This thought don't really serve me. I choose to no longer allow you to exist in my frequency. And then boom, you can let it be gone. And then you won't, that will program into your reality. You will start to, that will change your reality. You know what I mean? So it's like we all have to tap into the
Wow.
classic meditation. It
So embracing your power, like with Vipassana, that's the insight meditation. So did they also stress no talking? Like you didn't talk?
Yeah, okay, so look, this was the Vipassana right here, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what it was. I went 2 years ago. Well, I guess technically three. I went in 2017. Um, 10 days. You're in this they got centers all over America, and they got centers all over the world. First of all, it's free to attend it, and they feed you, and it's free room and board. The
Wow.
the only thing you have to pay for is your own transportation. So you just got to get there. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
You get there, they give you a little orientation. They tell you what it is up front. They give you orientation, then they take your phone. They give you they assign you to a loft or whatever. It's 10 days meditating, bro. No, bro, listen to me. 10 days. I'm telling you, this is like, what's 10?
Yeah.
240 hours, bro.
Okay.
240 hours
Okay.
of meditating for more than 10 hours a day in block periods, like an hour here, hour there, 2 hours here, hour and a half there.
Hmm.
No talking, no no electronics,
Nothing.
no journals,
Nothing.
no yoga, no push-ups, no nothing. They said we want you on the meditation. They said we want you like you're by yourself, and you're not by yourself. You got roommates, you're in a camp with people, whatever, whatever. They gave you a nice little room too,
Okay.
but
But it's no talking.
is no talking. So when you're like, it's just no talking. And so your voice is gone, and you're meditating 10 hours a day. You wake up 4 a.m., 2 hour meditation, 6 a.m., boom, 6:30, eat breakfast, 7 a.m., rest, 8 a.m., meditation, break, another meditation. And it just, you spend all that time meditating in your own body, literally. And it just, it's trippy. Like reality is actually more trippy than like the trippy stuff. You know what I mean? It just deepens, like I said, it deepens your understanding of how your inner reality creates your outer reality, and that we're all one, you know?
Um, wow. So when you after doing that, what was a takeaway or a big revelation that you landed upon after that process?
Mm. The
Something
biggest
that
thing that
yeah. Hmm.
the biggest thing that after Vipassana, I mean, sheesh, man. After Vipassana, I was like a nomad, bro. Like I felt freer than free. Like I was like, I'm just gonna see what happens, bro. It's all good. Like I, I, you talk about faith. I had faith in the process, but
Wow.
after
So
Vipassana,
complete clarity.
yeah, like
Yeah.
it
Like
made
no
me.
worries, no stress, no worries.
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
It kind of tripped me out because of what they taught you. Like essentially, they just taught you like this scan thing, and it's really trippy. Like you can feel the chi. Like if you notice in my trap chi class, I always express how you'll be able to feel the chi. I
Yeah.
learned how to feel the chi there, and it
Wow.
tripped me out. Like it was like after I left Vipassana, I'm like, okay, that's the thing. That's the biggest thing that I left after Vipassana. Now I'll give you a disclaimer. This is all from my head. Vipassana ain't gonna say nothing about this. This is all my head. But after I left Vipassana, I was like, we can really fly. I swear to God, like
Hmm.
before Vipassana, and ever since I was a kid and stuff, I've always been like, yeah, we can fly and da da da. And even as I got older and like quote unquote somewhat conscious, I'm like, yeah, I think that could be possible. But after I left Vipassana, I was like, levitation is real. We
Yeah.
can for sure fly. Like I'm pretty sure. Like the experiences I had there, the dreams I had there, it's just crazy. I'm like, I'm pretty sure we could fly. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure superhuman abilities
Yeah.
are not like we got to normalize them because we should all have them. Actually, we do all have them. We just gotta use the muscle.
Yeah, man. Like I'm telling you, even Ellie Tom, I follow breatharians like Ellie,
Yeah, I know him.
and he says in his experience, like food freedom is just a minor city power. It's a minor power compared
Mm.
to like all the levels after that, after food freedom. He compares it and he's like, this is a minor thing. Like food freedom is he's like he always makes examples and comparisons like he sees somebody breakdancing in San Francisco and he's like food freedom is easier than that, you know what I mean, like it's easy. He's like it's easier to be a breatharian than to be a fruitarian,
Yeah,
sort of like
yeah.
to him it's like y'all don't understand how how simple this could be, but yeah, I have heard of folks who don't have like people don't know how old they are,
Hmm.
like yogis or gurus, and teleportation, levitation, bilocation, being in two places at once,
Yeah,
being able to travel in distances. Like this old man, he was living someplace and then all of a sudden he's somewhere else in the world. And it's like, how did he get over there?
I know. They sending them shadow clones. I'm telling you, the animes tell us, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I'm about to hit the Naruto. Naruto showed us the jutsu, how to make the clone, how to be here and there. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
But no, on the serious note, like, yeah, I've been feeling that and hearing about that too. Like,
Hmm.
just imagine if you spent all of your focus and your attention like so we're just now doing this quarantine stuff. A lot of people are having a lot of time on their hands for the first time in a while, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like imagine these people that's like in China or something that's devoted their life.
Right.
They're like in a temple. They
Right.
like meditating daily.
Yeah.
They got no distractions. That's not even in their reality. That might not even be a dream they have. They might not even dream about a reality like we got.
Right.
And they're meditating all this times. Like imagine the internal connections that they're creating with that space. It all goes back to the expansion because you're just creating more space internally. You're transcending like dimensions.
Yeah.
And dimensions are like states of mind. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
That's literally what a dimension is. It's like this. It's just crazy how everything goes back full circle. Just how we're saying, as within, so without. So
Yes.
it's like people are like, oh, we're moving to the fifth dimension. Well, internally, you're activating the fifth dimension. So externally, that is what you're seeing. All
Mm.
the dimensions are here. We're
Yeah,
here. All the dimensions are existing. You know
they're
what
all,
I mean?
yeah, yeah.
It's like a radio. The dimensions is here. If you had the ability to see a seventh dimensional anything, you would see it in anywhere the space right here, right now. But
Hmm.
our frequency has to be attuned to it. So it's like,
Exactly, exactly. It's like somebody said, Bob Proctor,
yeah,
one of the people on The Secret. Bob Proctor says this wonderful quote about how right now in the room that we're in, there's music playing right now. So you can't hear the music, but it's playing. It's inside the room you're in right now. And if
yeah.
you want to test it, just take an old radio with an antenna, set it down on the counter, and move the frequency, and then you'll hear the music. Now,
Ooh,
now it's like, did the music happen because of the radio, or was the music always there? Right?
ooh.
You know
The
what I mean?
frequency was already existing. They just tuned it. That's deep right there. You can't
Yeah.
even ask that one too much of a public. That's deep. That's what make you think. You know what I mean? That's a whoo.
Hmm.
No, but that's true, man. The frequencies is here,
Hmm.
and
It's
we're
like
literally like that.
it's like the same thing with the seen and the unseen. Like
Hmm.
the eye spectrum. Like, I'm not talking about our inner eye, but our
Hmm.
actual visible eye.
Physical eye.
Our physical eyes can only see at certain levels of the visible eye spectrum. It's like we
Yeah.
we see from here to here, and
Hmm.
there's like so much more, than what we actually see. There's way more that we don't see than we do see, and there's way more that we don't hear than we do hear. We only
Hmm.
hear and see on a small level. So that's where I guess faith comes in and feeling comes in, like feeling the energy and stuff like that, because um, even the microscope, like the creation of the microscope, it didn't invent microscopic life.
Right.
The microscopic life was there before the invention of the
Before the
microscope.
invent. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like, man, it's just so many different comparisons. But I also want to ask you about time, because I love how you always speak about this now moment, this next now moment. I'll see you in the next now. And when you were doing Vipassana, did you experience that timelessness?
Yeah. By like day three. By like day three, I'm telling you, after it was like we went in on what, I don't know, a Thursday or a Friday, and it's like, okay, it's Thursday the 27th of April. And then like the next day you're like, okay, it's Friday. Next day you're not even thinking. Cause all you do is just, the only thing you're looking at is a clock. There's a round clock in every room, and you just
Okay.
look at the clock so you can know when it's a meditation. You know what hours your meditation is. You just looking at the clock. Is it resting hours? Is it meditation? So really, time just goes away. Like at the end of the Vipassana, I didn't know what day it was. I didn't know. I didn't know. Friday, it was just day. It was just
Yeah.
day. Like I didn't know. Like even after like day 5 or 6, I lost count of days. You know what
Wow.
I mean? So I'm like,
And you
how
can't
long?
talk to nobody.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, how long? Hey, but look, it was so powerful.
Yeah.
I don't know, or maybe just because I talk a lot naturally. Man, it had got to the point where my dreams had got so vivid. Um, I was talking in my sleep. And
Whoa.
I ain't even, and I've talked in my sleep when I was a kid, but my dreams were vivid then too. But like in Vipassana, it like reactivated that, and I woke myself up one night talking. Like I was like, "Ooh, I'm breaking the code." I'm over here. I'm not, because you get a roommate too.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm like, I wonder if he heard me talking. Like, and then it's like, even if he heard me talking, he can't tell me to be quiet. 'Cause
Yeah.
you're not supposed to talk. But yeah, timelessness, you do lose it. You lose it.
Wow.
It's like it don't matter. It becomes irrelevant.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um,
Man,
it's like the
yeah,
eternal now. That's why I always say we in the eternal now. It's like it's like
it's always been
the
right
mi-
now.
right. It's always right now, and the mind captures this now. It's like a picture. It's like this video. It's like this live.
Hmm.
The mind captures this now, and it puts it in an order with all your other nows in like a straight line, so that your conscious mind can make sense of reality. So you're like,
Yes.
yeah. So you're like,
Yes.
because you need a movie timeline. It's like a movie, you know.
Yeah.
If you pause a movie, you can see a little moment when you know what I mean on Netflix,
Yeah.
but you need the your conscious mind puts it in like a line, a timeline, and
Right.
that's where you get the past and the future, because you like, well, was yesterday was just 15,000 now moments ago. You know, you done had 20,000 now moments in between yesterday, but your mind put it in that order. Now, what's happening with this expansion is it's the line is becoming a circle.
Mm.
It's becoming a circle. We don't have a timeline no more. It's just a circle. It's
Yeah.
like, have you seen Interstellar?
Yes.
You
Yes.
seen Interstellar, right?
Yeah.
You seen at the very end when they was out in outer space, the ships was messing up, and he got shot out into space outside of his space machine, his spacecraft,
Hmm.
and he was floating in space,
Yes.
and then that little tesseract came around him, and
Uh-huh.
he was able to see his daughter through it.
Yes.
So essentially,
Through the bookcase, like he saw her. Yeah. Uh-huh.
but if you notice, when he was going through the bookcases, all the bookcases were essentially her room, but they were her room in different time periods. You feel
Yeah.
me? So
Yeah.
it was some when she was little, it was some when she was older. So he was moving through this tesseract, looking at his daughter through these now moments. But the thing is, look at it from his point of view.
Yeah.
All of those moments are existing at the same time. He's
Right.
scrolling through those now moments
Hmm.
like it's a photo gallery. He's looking
Yes.
at them like they're videos.
Yeah.
That's how reality is. The
Woo.
past, the present, the future is all exist. It's running. It's like a movie. When you watch a movie, you
Hmm.
go to the beginning, but the end is already played out. You know the end is, you know what I mean? So
Okay.
it's like that's that's what's happening. The mind is switching gears. It's like a mountain bike. You switching gears. Boom, you was on a timeline. Boom, boom, boom. You going from left to right, yesterday, tomorrow.
Hmm.
Our minds are switching gears slowly but surely because of the absorption of light.
Okay.
And
So,
now we're going to
okay.
start to tap in to not only random timelines in this life are going to be perceived different. You're going to start tapping into all your other timelines on your life. It's all going to blend. It's going to be like how he was in the fourth dimension. You can start to see through them, and I mean, this all taps in with the meditation, with what I was talking about. But
Yeah, meditation allows us to access that, right?
essentially what Interstellar was showing us, depicting us in that scene specifically, was the fourth dimension. That's how time and space is on the fourth dimension.
Okay.
You can see all of the time, past, present, now, happening at once. That's how it is on the fourth dimension.
Hmm.
On the fifth dimension, you can see all of it happening at once, but you can also see all of the possible parallel realities. You
Oh,
feel me? So it's like,
okay.
that's why the term multi-dimensional being is
Yeah.
being popular, because we're going to the 5D,
Yes.
where we can perceive internally
Uh-huh.
all the possible dimensions. Is, remember, the dimension is a mind state.
Yes.
And remember, it has to make sense for your conscious mind, for your
Right.
logical, your sunrise mind, the
Right.
I am sunrise. So when you change this dimension internally, externally it's going to look like that timeline. Boom, boom, boom. Like it just naturally flowed in. But that's why self-awareness is key.
Mm-hmm.
Meditation is key, because
Mm-hmm.
then you can be like, actually, I put that program in there and
Mm-hmm.
now I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
I was in the fifth dimensional point of view, and I seen that if I went left on Tuesday the 13th, on Wednesday the 16th, I would end up here. So I chose that route. You feel me?
Wow. Wow. Wow.
I know that was a lot. That was the guys. They start coming through.
That is a lot to digest. I'm just digesting. Oh man. So in order to make sense of this, of the now moment, we create a timeline. We create a past and a future in order to make sense of it all. It's like the same thing with someone was telling me about how we receive light,
Mm-hmm.
and how, when you look at a light bulb, the light bulb, whether it's like 60 hertz or whatever the watts or whatever
Mm-hmm.
watts, the light is, um, we don't know that it's actually blinking
Right.
so rapidly.
It
But
is. It's like constantly going, right?
it's
Constantly flowing.
yeah, it's like blinking at such a rapid rate that it looks still. It looks like the light is just still.
Right.
The light is just on, but we can't see that it's rapidly, like, continuously blinking in and out. That's why when a light is about to go out, it starts to blink. You start to see it, but it was always doing that. You
Right.
know? So
Right.
it was like, even when we speak, the way that we receive sound, the noise in our ears, we
Right.
we make sense of it, and it flows in a continuous, but it's really just a wave. Sound is like a wave that's hitting us. So it's like my voice is really just in bits and pieces, but you're receiving it as a continuous wave. So you hear what I'm saying, but what I'm actually saying is
Mm.
like it's hitting you at a wave, but you're making sense. So it's like all of this stuff.
Bro,
All of this.
it just came to my mind, bro. It just
What?
hit me just as
What?
you said that.
What?
Your voice, right? Your
Uh-huh.
voice leaves this imprint, right?
Uh-huh.
But we are not the body. We are the pure essence, the energy, right? The
Right.
consciousness. So it's like the consciousness is imprinted on the wavelength, right? So
Okay.
essentially, your voice immortalizes you because a
Woo!
piece of your essence is always in that frequency.
Say it
Dog.
again. Say it again.
Ooh, that's harsh. Ooh. So that's like Bob Marley is still here with us. You feel
Yes.
me? Okay,
Yes.
so
Mhm. Okay. Say that
the
again.
voice,
Mhm.
the sound
Yes.
leaves the imprint on the wavelength in which we or radio systems pick up.
Hmm.
But the voice is just an expression of the consciousness.
Yes.
And we are the consciousness because we're not the body. We are
Right.
not the physical vessel. We're the
Right.
consciousness.
Right.
So essentially, the voice imprint is a consciousness imprint, and it's imprinted in the wavelength for anybody to pick up. And essentially, that immortalizes you because your essence is always existing in that wavelength that it's imprinted on.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
like music immortalizes you.
Yes.
Even recordings, even these videos, our essence is in, like, our camera is picking up whatever it's picking up and making it digital, but
Yes.
it's taking some of our imprint. Same with the microphone. So it's like when this is ran back and played back,
Mm-hmm.
our essence, our life force is still present. It's
Yeah.
still there.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Woo!
That's why, like, we are not the body, but the body is ours. But if we create like a body of work, we're essentially imprinting our essence on the world we're leaving. It's like people like Bruce Lee will always live on.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, Bob Marley is always living on. Like, they live on. And wow, that whoa, hold on real quick.
Yeah.
Zoe just said the voice, the sound leaves an imprint on the wavelength, but the voice is our consciousness. Beautiful.
Mm.
Yeah, man. Somebody said, yeah, yep. They picking up on it, man.
They messing with it. Oh, it's this coming through, man, because it's true.
Oh,
Now,
okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say, now we about to dive even deeper. Y'all got y'all pressure mask on. It's getting the pressure about to come.
Go ahead, brother. Dive deep.
Okay, so it's like this, right? This is just piggybacking off of everything we talking about.
Okay.
So it's like, if our bodies and our consciousness can act like radio receivers, right? This is just a theory that I've always been thinking about. So our mind picks up on the thoughts and the voices like we're talking about, our consciousness, our voice leaves an imprint on the energy wave, blah, blah, blah. This counteracts, it's like 3D stuff because it's space and time. You know what I mean? Because you need time to govern, you need space and time to govern this energy imprint. You know what I mean? And bouncing back what we said off of Interstellar, I'm thinking like, how can you attune your consciousness, right? Say, let's just say this. Say you do meditation enough to where you master astral projection, right?
Okay.
So you can astral project now. You can go to wherever you want in the astral realm. Now, knowing this about the energy imprints, I think essentially that's how you can potentially time travel.
Yeah.
Because you can astral project and then attune your astral body to the frequency. Because remember, every now is continuously existing. No now is over. No now is over. So if you can attune your consciousness in the astral realm to that frequency of that energy imprint of time space, just like what we're in right now is the energy imprint of time space, then essentially that's like internal time travel or time travel. Now, this is all theory. I've never done it, but this thought has been cooking in my head for freaking 6 years now, and somebody got to do it or I got to do it. Just to know. I'm tired of thinking about it.
I feel like, when we go along the lanes of the eternal now, everything is right now. I feel like what we're doing right now is a form of time traveling. We reflect on the things that the imprints, when you reflect on those imprints, like say a YouTube channel or my podcast, when I'm looking back 2 years ago when I started the podcast in 2018, and I'm reflecting on like those episodes, I feel like I'm time traveling. You know what I mean? Because like it's it's in order from when I started, but if I go back, that was another me in another now, in another now moment. So I'm essentially time traveling. So and then the internet never sleeps, right? So it's 24/7. So anybody in anywhere in the world, any country, any continent can view this material, can see these imprints and be impacted by these imprints. So they're essentially time traveling. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's also like the digital internet is like a reflection of consciousness, because that's exactly, it's like, that's perfect. The internet, just how like on YouTube, you can type in, boom, go back to your first video in 2018, boom, you relive in that moment right there.
Right.
That's essentially, I guess, the theory I'm talking about, but in a conscious state of way. Pulling up internally a energetic time space to where you can, I don't know what you would call it, a visualization or astral projection or lucid, or I don't know why, one of those. I know it's going to be one of those, to where you can re-experience that time. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But like I said, this is all just deep contemplative stuff that I've been thinking about.
And I love that you voice what you think. Like, I love that you're you know, you're brave in what you speak on, that you have no filter when it comes to this. And like you say, it really just streams through you. It channels through you because when you're inspired, you're in spirit, you know, to
Mm.
get inspiration. That's the breath that's flowing through you. I
Mm-hmm.
believe that whenever we receive these ideas, whenever we're being channeled, you know, it's an idea that's flowing through you from the collective
Ooh.
consciousness, you know, the consciousness that's already streaming all around us. Like you've tuned into that frequency. So in what ways, like, because I always see you upload these IGTVs, these wonderful episodes. You
Yeah.
always have something wonderful to say that really uplifts my mood and my energy whenever I watch you and listen to you. So how do you just allow, you know, what do you do to just allow that energy to stream through and flow through you? And are there times where you just are you using it like a journal of sorts, where you just get an idea and as soon as you get that idea you immediately press the record button, or what?
Okay, so this gonna tie back to the theme of episode 2, along with expansion,
Uh-huh.
meditation,
Yes,
meditation, meditation. I
that's the
promise you.
foundation. The
Remember,
meditation.
I told you about the hurricane I seen when I first meditated,
Yes.
right? It's like I had no space. I had no space. My mind was cluttered. I'm unconsciously consuming so much media.
Hmm.
No space. Meditation. I can't even hear my own self think.
Hmm.
A lot of meditation happening, then that creates more space as clutter and debris clears out. Then I start to hear, I'm telling you, man, like I had to start making these videos because really for me, it seems like a snowball effect. It seems like as you meditate, you're going to be required to meditate more to maintain that vibration.
Ah.
As you maintain that vibration, that snowball effect keeps happening. And then as your mind gets super quiet, your intuition gets louder. And then it's like as you consciously choose to listen to your intuition, it gets even louder. And that's not a bad thing, but
Right.
it's just like it becomes very predominant and your intuition becomes very strong.
Hmm.
Now, this also has a lot to do with my astrology sign. I'm a water sign. I'm a Scorpio. So,
Same.
um, oh, you team Scorpio, bitch? Quit, DJ Khaled. Quit playing.
Yeah, I'm a
Sheesh.
Scorpio. My son is Scorpio, was born October 26th, so I'm Scorpio, but both my moon and my rising are Aquarius.
Okay,
Mm.
okay, okay. That's powerful. I didn't know that. Wow, that's amazing. But yeah, so as you know, water signs also have maybe I don't want to say an added, like anybody else can't be intuitive, but like naturally, more naturally intuitive. You feel
Mhm.
me? So my intuition has always been pretty loud, but when I chose to listen to it after I started meditating, it's just like all these thoughts that I'm talking, all this stuff that you see me post on Instagram.
Mhm.
It literally, if I don't post it on Instagram, I'll have that whole conversation in my head, and it'll be
Wow.
like me and my consciousness, and it'll be like, da-da-da-da, da-da-da. Well, I think that people should do this, da-da-da-da. And then it's like, well, people should hear this, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And then I'm like, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Everybody in my whole life kind of called me crazy. You know what I mean? I don't know about that. But as you get more comfortable, you
Yeah.
just do it. You push through fear. And then what really keeps you going is like, when it feels good to speak your mind, you get more comfortable doing it. And
And you
then
get
when
a
somebody,
reception too, like people really are affected by the message. They feel that energy coming through the airwaves, coming through the screen, like while they're watching you, they feel, you know, the positivity. And somebody once said a life worth living is a life worth recording. You know,
right,
it's worth it to document this because like you said, it's our imprint we're putting
it
on.
is.
Yeah.
It is. And that's why, man. So, yeah, man, I just got to let it flow. Because I'm like, bruh, I'm straight up here to help. I'm like, I'm on a mission, bro. I'm here, I'm here to do a job. All right. Spread love and light. And any of that I receive, I'm like, I'm here to spread it.
Hmm.
But the thing is when you keep doing it, your quotient is increased. You get
Yeah.
to spread more. You get more light. You got to spread, and
The,
it's like
mhm.
use your gifts.
The
It's
more,
like
the more, yeah. The more you give,
right.
the more you want to give. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's like it's the gift that keeps on giving. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, and I always find it ironic that when you're putting out your hands to give,
Mm-hmm.
you're in the exact same position to receive.
Yeah. It's like full circle.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's simultaneous. It's like one is the other. You know,
Yeah.
they're both the same thing. Giving is receiving. You know, receiving is
Abundance
giving
frequency.
because you're allowing that other person to give. So that's a blessing. You're both getting blessed. You know,
Symbiotic.
yeah.
Symbiotic blessings. Harmony. Yeah, man, it's amazing out here. And
Bro, folks is following in the chat. I know these
I
some of
know
my
they
friends
going
they be
in.
loving it.
He said that's the homie Mark. He said he crazy in the best way. I know. We got to everybody. Hey, look, by the end of December, everybody gonna be quote unquote crazy. I promise you. Everybody gonna be red pill, Morpheus. Like how Morpheus did Neo.
Yeah.
He gave him the choice, the blue pill, red pill.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, the world changing, man. We in the 5D,
Yeah.
man. The Great Awakening, man. It's
I've
not.
Vincent Van Gogh, famous artist, famous painter. He
Yeah,
said, "I put my heart and soul into my work and have lost my mind in the process." You
yeah.
you know what
That's
I'm saying?
true.
So
Yeah, that is true.
a lot of quote unquote geniuses, you know, people who are considered, you know, the Bobby Fishers that have gone down that very mental type lane, you know, they've
Mm-hmm.
it's because they really like subjected themselves. They really put their whole heart and soul into something so much that inevitably, you know, they lost they lost something, but what they lost, they gained. Whenever something is taken away, something is always given.
I
Always.
know that's facts. That's
Yeah.
big facts. Yeah, I know. And then you just go deeper down the rabbit hole. I know, man. It's crazy. Like it's been getting not crazy. I don't even want to say crazy, but sometimes it feels like that, or that's just maybe a comfortable saying to say, because like it didn't got to the point with me. Sometimes the some of the thoughts I didn't heard in my head are like voiced out to my friends. I'm like, I'm starting to get the crazy looks from the woke people. The woke people start. What you doing? They start looking at you like crazy, and I'm like, it's really it's like you saying, man. The truth is a lot more crazy than
Yeah.
uh
Hmm.
the fiction. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Than
Yeah.
the made up stuff. Well, the made up stuff is the truth. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's
Truth is stranger than fiction. You know, it really is. And when you speaking on my favorite movie earlier, you were talking about The Matrix.
yeah,
When it comes to feeling the chi around you, Ellie Tom was talking about, you remember at the very end of the first Matrix, um, right after he dove into Agent Smith and like blew him up,
yeah,
he did this thing where he like breathed and his whole surroundings in the hallway breathed with him. Like everything
mm,
expanded and contracted with his breath, you know, the
yeah.
surroundings. He said that's like the chi, like that's how in sync and how in flow you'll be when you are, you know, with that energy. And then I just do find it, you know, so powerful that with the moment he stopped believing that the bullets were there, they fell. You know
They
what I mean?
fail. Yeah, I think you know what I was thinking about that too. I was thinking about that in the meditation about how so like you know how in trap chi I talk about analyzing your internal chi a lot, being able to perceive it. And your chi is just like essentially your consciousness too, you know? And so it's like what I've noticed is as you analyze your internal chi more,
Mm-hmm.
you can start to feel the external chi as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when it comes to moves like what Neo did, I'm thinking like that has something to do with like ultimate surrender because you're like merging your internal chi and your external chi together in a massive like surrounding. You know what I mean? You're like you're like merging your consciousness will with like the environment, like the chi, because we are vibrating particle energies, vibrating atoms, energy, chi, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
We're wavelengths, so it's like in the state of ultimate surrender. You're allowing your chi to harmonize with the external chi, and it's like your intent is felt. His intent was like imprinted on all that chi.
Yeah.
Like how you say you can program it,
Right.
and it's like ain't no bullets.
Yeah.
All this chi around here said that bullet don't exist, and the bullet is just a form of chi itself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or you could label it other terms, such as like how the Matrix does it, like computers, like
Mm-hmm.
like it's just a form of simulation.
All right, man. It's trying to tell me we got 2 minutes left, brother.
Okay, man. Can we end with another Shiho? I'm gonna get the name right. Shihowiki. Sichuwaki.
Shakuhachi.
Sakuhachi. Can we get
Shak,
another?
like Shaka Khan?
Yeah. Okay.
Shaka Khan?
Shaka Khan. Shakuhachi.
Shakuhachi.
Shakuhachi. Can we get a Shakuhachi song to end with?
Boom.
Peace. Oh, I know that one. Oh, that's powerful, family. You always make me feel like I'm about to stand on one foot by a lake when I hear you. 1 foot crane stance on the lake.
Oh man.
Every time I hear you play, I feel like I'm about to get in the ultimate meditation, bro.
All right, family. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much for this talk. This was wonderful, brother.
Yes, family. Let's keep growing.
Yes. All right.
Yes. Peace.
Take care, everyone. Have a good night or a good day.